They call themselves victims. The world calls them refugees. But the real question is, who are the Rohingyas? Why are they in India? And most importantly, why aren't Muslim countries doing anything for them? Over 50 Muslim majority nations, yet none ready to give shelter to their so-called Muslim brothers and sisters. Instead, they've quietly passed the burden to India. And that, my friends, is the real danger. This isn't just a refugee crisis. It's a question of national security, internal chaos, and silent demographic invasion. Who are the Rohingyas? The Rohingyas are a Sunni Muslim ethnic group originally from the Rakhine state in western Myanmar. They have their own language, similar to Chittagonian Bangla, and are ethnically distinct from the Buddhist majority of Myanmar. But here's the catch. Myanmar doesn't consider them citizens. In 1982, Myanmar passed a citizenship law that completely excluded Rohingyas, leaving them stateless. No passports, no voting rights, no protection. In 2017, Rohingya militants attacked Myanmar police outposts. What followed was a brutal military crackdown, described by the UN as ethnic cleansing. Villages were burned, thousands killed, and over 750 Rohingyas fled to Bangladesh and beyond. But instead of going to other Muslim nations, they ended up in India. Why? There are 57 members of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, OIC, more than 50 Muslim majority countries. And yet, none have opened their doors to the Rohingyas. Not Saudi Arabia, not UAE, not Qatar, not Iran, not Egypt. Let's break down the hypocrisy. Gulf nations, rich but ruthless countries like Saudi Arabia, UAE, Kuwait, and Qatar have the wealth and land to house millions. But they've deported Rohingyas, kept them in detention centers, and offered no permanent asylum. Example: in 2019, Saudi Arabia deported hundreds of Rohingyas back to Myanmar and Bangladesh. Malaysia and Indonesia gave temporary shelter, but refused citizenship or refugee status. Some boats were turned away at sea, with women and children left adrift. Pakistan, loud on social media, silent on action. Pakistan shouts about Muslim brotherhood, but refuses to give citizenship or rights to Rohingyas already living illegally in Karachi. Real reason? Fear, racism, and selfish interests. Fear of terrorism, ARSA links, ISI involvement. Racial and cultural bias. Rohingyas speak differently, behave differently. Economic burden. No one wants to import trouble, so they quietly push them to countries like India. In short, Rohingyas are good for propaganda, but not good enough to live with, even for the Islamic world. Despite having no historical, ethnic, or religious ties, Rohingyas have entered India in large numbers. Over 50, zero are currently estimated, though the real number may be higher. They've settled in Jammu, Delhi, Shaheen Bagh, Okhla, Hyderabad, Mewat, Haryana, West Bengal and Assam, Maharashtra. They enter illegally, often using routes through Bangladesh and Nepal, and manage to get fake Aadhaar cards, ration cards, and even passports. Why are they a threat to national security? Let's be very clear. This is not just a refugee story. This is about national security, crime, and terror networks. 1. Terror links. Many Rohingyas are allegedly linked to ARSA, Arakan Rohingya Salvation Army, a group with suspected ties to Pakistan's ISI and radical Islamists in Bangladesh. 2. Fake IDs, voter fraud. Rohingyas are being given illegal documents and are suspected to be used as vote banks by certain political parties and NGOs. 3. Criminal activity. Reports of theft, smuggling, sexual assault, and human trafficking involving Rohingyas have increased in places like Delhi and Jammu. Even our own security agencies like IB and BSF have issued alerts that Rohingyas are being used to destabilize India internally. What must be done? India cannot afford to sleepwalk into a disaster. We need a clear, strong national strategy. Identify and track all illegal Rohingya settlements. Cancel all fake documentation. Build proper detention centers. Deport with legal backing via Myanmar or third-party nations. Crack down on NGOs and political forces, enabling illegal settlement. Draft a national refugee policy to distinguish between persecuted groups. Rohingyas are not India's responsibility. They were betrayed by their own country and abandoned by the Muslim world. But their presence in India, illegal, unregulated, and growing, is a ticking time bomb. India must act not out of emotion, but out of strategic survival. Because if we don't protect our borders, our culture, and our security, no one else will. Illegal migration is not compassion, it is national suicide. Subscribe to Vocab Tales for more unapologetic truth.